Welcome to Business Turnaround, your go-to podcast for insightful strategies on managing companies in decline or distress. I'm your host, Marek Niedźwiedź from AXR Capital, and today we are diving into how to navigate tough times by finding where to cut and seizing the opportunities hidden within challenges. Let's get it started. Running a business comes with a constant balancing act. You are always weighing costs, managing resources, and trying to keep growth on track. But what happens when the tide turns? When revenue dips, margins shrink, and cash flow becomes a trickle? That's when the tough decisions come into play. It's not easy, but finding where to cut isn't about simply slashing expenses indiscriminately. It's a disciplined strategic process that lays the foundation for recovery and future success. When we talk about cost cutting, what we are really talking about is resource optimization. Think of it like decluttering a house. If you just throw out everything inside, you might find yourself short on essential tools. But if you carefully sort through each room, deciding what you truly need versus what's weighing you down, you create space. Space for efficiency, space for growth, space for opportunity. One of the first steps in finding where to cut is to examine the undercurrents of your operations. Are there outdated procedures that slow down your workflow? Suppliers whose terms no longer make financial sense? Products or services that drain more resources than they bring in? By asking these questions, you start uncovering the less obvious but highly impactful places to trim fat without cutting muscle. But here is something we often overlook. Cutting costs isn't just about survival. It's about paving the way for something better. Winston Churchill once said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." In other words, moments of pressure and adversity often reveal opportunities we wouldn't otherwise notice. A crisis forces us to look closer, think harder, and ultimately act smarter. When you identify areas that are dragging down your bottom line, you don't just save money, you create a cleaner, leaner business model. And once you are operating more efficiently, you can reinvest those savings into the parts of your company that are poised to grow. That's the real power of cost-cutting, not just survival, but building a stronger, more competitive business that can thrive in the long term. In many ways, cost-cutting is like pruning a tree. If you do it randomly, you might harm the tree's structure or stunt its growth. But if you prune strategically, removing dead branches and thinning overgrowth, you promote healthier growth and greater yields. The same principle applies to your business. Thoughtful, deliberate cuts can stimulate innovation and set the stage for future expansion. But let's be clear, none of this is easy. As a CEO or business owner, you are emotionally invested in the decisions you make. Cutting a service you work hard to build or renegotiating with a trusted supplier can feel like a step backward. Yet it's important to remember that every tough decision you make now can be the catalyst for a healthier, more sustainable business tomorrow. It's about making short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Ultimately, the process of finding where to cut is less about the act of cutting itself and more about the analysis, the thinking, and the vision it takes to create a brighter future. When you are clear about what matters most, your company's core mission, the services that set you apart, the customers you serve best, you can align your resources to support those priorities. And that's when you will see not just stability, but true growth and resilience. So, as you move forward, keep these key points in mind. Focus on what brings the most value, let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, and embrace the opportunity that even a crisis can offer. By doing so, you will transform a challenging period into a stepping stone for greater success. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Business Turnaround. I hope these insights inspire you to take thoughtful, strategic steps toward a stronger future. If you found today's discussion helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share with others who may benefit. Join me next time as we continue exploring practical strategies for leading your company out of distress and into profitability. Until then, stay resilient, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Bye for now.